This SOP describes the steps required to correctly perform an E. coli quantification test. This test complies with Standard Methods 9223B. First, turn on the Quantitre sealer and allow the sealer to warm for at least 20 minutes before beginning the test. Clean and disinfect the work area with a germicidal cleaner. Wash your hands before beginning the test to reduce the likelihood of accidental contamination. Assemble the equipment and materials that will be used to conduct the test. Retrieve the samples to be tested. Samples must be refrigerated at 1 to 6 degrees centigrade if they are not analyzed immediately following collection. Arrange the samples in order of analysis from the least contaminated to the most contaminated. Just before adjusting the sample volume, shake the bottle vigorously to resuspend the organisms. The volume of the sample must be at the 100 milliliter mark, plus or minus 2.5 milliliters. If not, use proper aseptic technique to adjust the sample volume. Remove the cap, but do not put the cap down on the counter. Keep the cap pointed in a downward direction to prevent airborne bacteria from settling in the cap while adjusting the volume. Do not touch the inside of the cap or around the neck of the sample bottle. Rest the cap back on the sample as soon as the volume has been adjusted to prevent airborne contamination of the sample. Post samples are set up with no dilution. Pre-samples are usually prepared by adding 1 milliliter of well-mixed sample to a dilution bottle containing 99 milliliters of sterile deionized water. Shake the sample vigorously to resuspend the bacteria. Loosen the caps on the sample bottle and dilution bottle. Use a sterile pipette to transfer 1 milliliter of well-mixed sample into a dilution bottle containing 99 milliliters of sterile deionized water. Use aseptic technique for the transfer. Do not put the cap of the sample bottle, the dilution bottle, or the sterile pipette on the counter during the transfer process. Hold the caps pointing downward to prevent airborne contamination and recap as soon as transfer is complete. Add the contents of 1 packet of ColAlert media to the sample bottle using aseptic technique. Reseal and shake the container lightly or swirl to mix. Be careful not to mix the sample too vigorously, as this may cause bubbles to form that could interfere with the test results. While waiting for the media to dissolve completely, begin labeling the quantitrays, 1 for each sample, including a duplicate analysis of the post-UV sample. After confirming that the media is completely dissolved, transfer the inoculated sample into the quantitray. Hold the quantitray near the top in one hand. Press the tray into a C shape and gently pull the tab at the top of the backing to open the tray. Use care not to tear the backing and do not touch the inside of the tray. Carefully pour the sample down the backing to prevent excess bubbles. Do not touch the bottle to the tray during the transfer. Relax your hand to close the tray and tap the bottom of the tray to dislodge all air bubbles from the small wells. Place the quantitray onto the rubber insert. Align the insert in the sealer. Gently stroke the back of the tray from the bottom to the top to evenly distribute the sample into the wells. Feed the tray into the quantitray sealer to seal the tray. Place sealed sample trays into the precision incubator with the temperature set to 35 degrees, plus or minus 0.5 degrees centigrade. The incubation time begins when the samples are placed inside the incubator. Incubate the samples for 18 to 22 hours if you are using the ColAlert 18 media. Because of the high incidence of heterotrophic bacterial growth, or HBG, and total coliform, or TC, positive results, the samples are typically read at 22 hours.